Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump in and tell you kind of where we're at on one of the other projects that we're doing. So many projects going right now. You can see behind me here, we started this project, planned the project at the end of last summer, and we ended up having to go ahead and build one section of it just out of necessity. But I'm going to try to show you this. What this is going to be is our animal village. Now we're calling it an animal village because we are literally putting all of our animals in one spot. Right now they're kind of everywhere. We got, houses here, houses there, and we wanted it to just have one particular spot. Now the very first one that we did is right there behind me. That's our rabbit cage, and it's a pretty good sized cage. It's got a concrete floor, and that's the only one of them that has a concrete, which because we do not want them running around on the grass, nibbling up out there, because of the fact that that's how a lot of them can get parasites and that kind of thing. These are meat rabbits, so we don't want to eat that. Anyhow, this is going to be it's going to look like a western town when we're done, so kind of excited about that. The other day we got out here and we finished putting in, we got all of our posts set up and then some rafters going across for each different pen. This one right behind me is the one we're trying to complete first. It's the chicken pen, the hen house. It's going to have a big, great big run around it, but this right here is going to be the chicken pen. We want to finish it first because we need to move them from where they're currently at. Then as we go down, we have, this is what is going to be the waterfowl pen, and you might notice that little concrete slab right there. That's where the bathtub's going to go, because as a western town, each one of these buildings is going to be something different. This happens to be the bathhouse. Our waterfowl really like water, so we're going to make them a bath in there, and they'll have a little pond out back. But that's that. And then we've got the turkey pen. That's going to be our saloon, and then our sheriff's office will be right here with the peacock. So we're really trying to get this thing knocked out as quickly as we can, but we have to start, like I say, with the chickens, because we've really got to get those suckers moved from where they are. The other day we came out here, it was very cold and extremely windy, and we finished the basic framing, and then we got tin up for the roof. And it's just some old stuff that we had already on hand that I like to keep for projects like this. And we framed the back end between the posts with pellets, and we're going to be sheathing that and continue on with the frame out so that we can get doors and all of that in there. Oh, and the nest boxes, because we can't forget that. Anyhow, I will show you more as we get a little bit further down the road. The wind may have died down enough, maybe, for me to do a quick update on where we're at on the chicken portion of our animal village. I showed you previously, we got the framework up and the roofing on. And I got the front siding on yesterday, and we also put like a 2x4 roll fencing on the big window there. And we this morning came out here and I put the slats up on the east end. I didn't want to close it all the way in. I want them to get that morning sun, and so that's good on this side. And then my husband went ahead and put in our nest boxes. He's currently working on the doors and latches and stuff for that. And then that little hole down there is going to be their door. There'll be a door ramp for them to get out into the chicken yard, which we are already beginning to stick up posts for, and we're going to be running that fencing hopefully this afternoon and be able to get those chickens moved. But I'll show you the inside real fast. We're getting really close. The last step will be the door right behind me, getting that built. But you can see in here we've got the nest boxes already in place, and we'll be putting the roost up back here on the north wall. And all of that's covered so that we've got good wind block for them for when it's cold. But this will be a nice little hen pen, and then they'll have a really big grassy run currently until they tear it up. Okay, the wind is still kicking, so if we get wind noise, I'm sorry. I've been trying to wait until it would die down, but I looked at the weather and it's just going to keep getting stronger. But I wanted to show you kind of where we're at on the animal village, and I also wanted to give you a few details, kind of some how-tos. So we've got, stand out here, we've got it sided on the chicken portion that we're doing today. I got the front sided yesterday. I did the side this morning. My husband put in the nest boxes, and that's very important. And he just got through building the door. He's working right now on fixing the handle, putting the handle and the latch on. And I just got through, I'm gonna take you in here. I just got through making the roost. And we've recently been cutting down some trees and for some other projects. So we had some extra little limbs, and I came in here with some cedar cut off, some stump type things, and a couple of them are from our Christmas trees, and then some other limbs, and I just kind of screwed in, if you can see that, a bunch of limbs, kind of a crisscross pattern and this and that, to give the chickens a good roosting area. Now, the majority of the chickens that we do, now we have our hens that do our constant laying, and then obviously we have a rooster, and then we occasionally, a couple times a year maybe, order in a bunch of babies, and then we just grow them up quick, and they're meat chickens, so we just grow them up quick and then cull them. But this will be great for our hens, and then the meat chickens will be able to be in here for a short time. Now, right back there, that's the little hole that they're going to be able to get out. It'll be a door so that we can close it up when we need to. And they'll be able to get out to their run, which they're going to have a much bigger run this time than they did in the past. And we're about to get on that. He's already got the first post up, and we're about to get on that and get their fencing up so we can move the chickens and get them over here. Okay, so my husband went to grab some nails or screws or something, so I stepped off over here real quick to give you a few details. This is a really simple build. It really is. If you can look behind me here, the idea of this, it's a basic shed roof. Okay, so it's higher on the front than it is on the back, and so it's just that's really good because that's easier to roof and it's easier to frame in. all we did, now I told you that the only section that has a concrete foundation is the rabbits, and we did them first, and then we ran off of that, we ran our lines for the post, the holes that we dug for the post, for all of our all the other buildings. In the front we're 8 foot, and in the back we're 6 foot. And honestly, we just used kind of what we had, except for we had to buy 10-foot posts in the front in order to be able to go down into the ground, and still have, if you look up there, they still have a teeny tiny little portion standing up, because we will be going up all the way across with the facade, with to make it look like a western town. And so we'll have a sign above each one as to what it is, you know, the post office and the general store, and then the bathhouse and the saloon and the sheriff's office. But so that's for the facade. But the actual build of it is very, very simple. It is literally holes dug, posts in the ground. We did not even concrete these other posts in. We're just using the dirt and packing it down around them, and then relying on the framing that we're doing to hold everything together, which is completely legitimate for these purposes especially. But right now what we're about to do is we've been getting the posts in around the chicken run area, and we're about to start wrapping the fence around. As soon as we can get that handled, we can go ahead and bring them over, which is a really good thing, trying to get them moved from their current location. But let's see if I can show you a little bit more. As far as once we got the posts up, we did runners basically all the way down from section to section. The majority of, let's see, we've got, as far as the width of them, there are 12, 8, 12, 8, 8. So each different section has a kind of a different width, but they're all about 11 feet deep. And the rafters we just took from the very top board up there all the way down to a runner that we put across the back, and that gave us our slope. It's the same roof all the way down. And we've been constructing a lot of this out of pallets and stuff that we have. As far as the infill, it's the posts that hold everything up. So we are filling the walls with what we have on hand, and we happen to have a lot of pallets on hand. And so that's what we're doing. I like to do things with as minimal cost as possible, and so that's what we do. And like I say, we're about to go ahead and get this fence up, and then the chickens will be able to be brought over, and then after that we'll be able to go ahead and start on the next one, which is the bathhouse for the waterfowl.